The Philadelphia Eagles technically remain in first place in the NFC East, but Carson Wentz has become a pincushion for local and national criticism, a far cry of the guy that he was 3 years ago when he was taking the league by storm in his second season. He was the original second-year quarterback to take the league by storm before Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Kyler Murray. It was Carson Wentz until the torn ACL. He is nothing like he was then. Here's Coach Doug Peterson this morning during his weekly visit to WIP Radio in Philadelphia.
At that position, this late in the season, when that happens, sometimes people take that as, okay, we're kind of looking into next year or preparing for next season, whatever it might be, and giving some of these young guys an opportunity to play. That's not the case. Jalen is preparing himself each week to play, and that's what a backup quarterback should do. My perspective is that we have to get it fixed with Carson Wentz, and we have to. That's where my trust and my faith lies, and we can get it done. And so that's where I'm at. But by no means am I saying that I don't have trust or faith in Jalen. It's a matter of having getting the corrections done with Carson.
Look, the reality for the Eagles is very simple. It's very clear. They've made their bed. They are now trying to fall asleep in it. They are trying to get the most out of Carson Wentz. They have no choice. They owe him $25 million fully guaranteed for next year. They can't do anything with Carson Wentz unless they want to pay him to not play for them. They're not going to be able to trade him unless they do a Brock Osweiler type thing, pay part of the salary, or throw in the draft pick with Carson Wentz in his contract. No one, especially next year, with a salary cap that's expected to be $175 million because of the pandemic, no one's going to take on that obligation of $25 million in cash to Carson Wentz, not based on how he's currently playing. And there's always someone out there who thinks I can fix a guy. I don't know that anyone is going to think they can fix Carson Wentz to the point where they would take on that big of an obligation. So they're stuck. They're stuck. Plain and simple. They have to make it work. They have a car that isn't running, and they can't trade it in. They've got to keep working on it. They got to change the tire. They got to put in a new alternator, whatever an alternator is. I know what an alternator is. They got to do whatever they have to do whatever they can to get the car running, period. So there's no reason to even have the conversation, Shireen. They're stuck with the guy. They have to keep trying to make chicken salad.
Yeah, and you talk about fixing the problems, Mike. That was one thing that Doug Peterson said today. We feel like we can fix him. Well, if you feel like you can fix him, why haven't you fixed him yet? Because, I mean, we're near the end of the season. We're past the halfway mark. If you're going to fix this guy, you better fix it now, because you could win the NFC East and you're going to go get embarrassed in the first round of the playoffs, and everybody's going to be saying the same thing they have continued to say about Carson Wentz. This is a guy who's never won a playoff game and perhaps will never win a playoff game for us. But he's under intense pressure now, and if he thinks that he's under intense pressure now, it's only going to be ratcheted up in the offseason when he goes into next year and they can't do anything with him. And you're right, they've made the bed, and this is what they have, and they better figure this out whatever way they have to figure it out, whether it's playing Jalen Hurts a little bit more and maybe some Taysom Hill type situations or whatever. And look, Doug Peterson is a creative mind. You got to figure it out, even if it's throwing in trick plays like the Cowboys did against them with Ben DiNucci a few weeks ago, pulled out every stop. Maybe it's that. Throw everything at them, including the kitchen sink. But they've got to figure something out if they're going to be a competent team heading into the postseason, if they indeed win the NFC East.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.